has come tonight on day 2 of vCon for you to hear from the great one, the one and only Datto Shri Vijay. And we created a set here today for him. And I want the team to change the set right now. Is that possible, Kalai? All right. Okay, we're going to span out the camera and we're going to show you the set. Anne, if you're watching from home, please see the set. We designed it very much aligned with your message from day 1. All right, Anne, if you can see, all right, the Gandhi statue is right there. Your message to the world has always been the message of Mahatma Gandhi. Guys, tonight, as you can see, Datto Shri is right behind me. Please take a photo of me standing in front of him, whoever. Anna, before you speak, please give me the privilege of introducing you again. This is something that I cherish so much during vCon, Anna. Now, the reason why we put the Gandhi statue there, because I've heard Datto Shri speak so much about these great personalities. Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela. And I always listen to him. All right? And I understand they come from a time when I don't even know, I wasn't there. But you see, I think this generation, all right, has different heroes, have different people. Now, my mom always told me that every 100 years, somebody is born with a clear purpose of making a difference in this world. I think as Datin Sri said earlier, the world is going through so many challenges and we need a beacon of hope. We need somebody who inspires us to be different, who cares about mankind selflessly. And I believe that in 10 years, 20 years, there must be new names that people talk about, new names of people who make a difference in our planet. And I am telling you that Vijay Ishwaran will be that one name there. Because throughout the years of building the network marketing history, and I was talking to him this afternoon, we hear many founders, we hear many grand uplines who are, networking gurus and all of that. But I never refer to Datto Shri Vijay as a networking guru. Because I don't think what he does is only about network marketing. I think that from the first day he started his journey in 1998, he was driven by a greater purpose. Now let me officially make a complaint. He is my upline. All right? And you know what an upline of networking is supposed to be. Yesterday, Japa complained. Tonight is my time to complain about my grand upline, Datto Shri Vijay. In 23 years, he has never shown me how to do a presentation. He has never showed me the strategy of left-right building of your tree. He has never even told me how to handle objections. In 2001, when I came to my beautiful upline and we had a crisis in Malaysia, I came to him, I said, "Aneh, what do I do?" And he looked at me and said, "Go back and do what you were doing." I said, "I can't. Nobody wants to do a presentation. Keep calling them." I said, "I can't and I cannot. It's too tough." And he looked at me and said, "Quit. Give up. Walk away. And I promise you, Patman, you will quit from everything else in your life if you quit now. So grow up and make that decision. Are you going to stay and fight or quit?" And that was the day I realized his greatest strength. He doesn't focus on what you do. He focuses on you. That every vCon, if you really listen to what he says, his mission in life is to make us better. Regardless of how you build your network, He knows that there are no flaws in the master plan. He taught me that, right? Gandhiji, the single blade of grass cannot move without his will. But I've never met anyone in my journey of life who have such tenacity and dedication to making you better. And today, I understand the true meaning of an upline, watching these great men build the leaders we have today in QNet. That tonight, guys, he is our grand upline. Without him, none of us, none of this would exist. His message has reached millions of people around the world. The other day, somebody showed me a Facebook post of a person from a company I shall not name by the name of Amway, all right? Okay, and that Facebook post had a message of Datto Shri Ishwaran. That other companies are using our grand upline to build their businesses. That he has crossed the limitations of QNet. And today, and I don't think he minds. I don't think he minds that his videos are being used by every single network marketing company in the world, because his mission is to raise yourself to help mankind. He didn't limit it to only us. The Rhythm Foundation reaches out to so many people, guys. And I told you on the first day yesterday, there can be any company out there. They can brag about anything. You just smile and move on. Because we know in our heart, they can have anything. But we have the one and only Datto Shri Ishwaran. So vCon 2021, please rise. Wherever you are on the planet, please rise and help me welcome our grand upline, the man who kept a decision alive for 23 years, the man who fought great battles to protect our dreams, a man whose legacy will last for generations to come. Not only that he created better networkers, but he created better men and women around the world. So vCon 2021, please help me welcome the one and only Datto Shri Ishwaran.
To serve, and we serve to lead.
vCon 2021, I present to you the one and only Datto Shri Ishwaran. Anne, your family is waiting all over the world. They can see you, they can hear you now.
Welcome home. vCon. Welcome home. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Am I in your home tonight? Am I home tonight? Sri Lanka. Am I home tonight, Sri Lanka? Pune. Am I home tonight, Pune? Gujarat. Kencho, Gujarat. Kolkata. Kolkata. Sudan. Sudan. My home tonight. Ghana. Am I home tonight, Ghana? Ghana. Mumbai. Am I home tonight, Mumbai? Kochi. Kochi. Am I home tonight? Uganda. Uganda. Puna Matata. Indonesia. Luar biasa Indonesia. Tanzania. Tanzania. Kerala. Oh, Kerala. Am I home tonight? Hyderabad. Am I home tonight? Hyderabad. Am I home tonight? Bangalore. Bangalore. Am I home tonight? Mysore. Mysore. Casablanca. Why are we sitting down? Casablanca. UAE. UAE. Make some noise. Nepal. Nepal. Côte d'Ivoire. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. Jordan. Jordan. Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad. Chennai. Chennai. Namaskaram. And Khartoum. Khartoum. So let's sit down. Let's sit down and let's spend the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, building your future. This is the reason you are here today, to build your future together. The only thing that I would say to you, first of all, to Padman,
Yes, Anna, I'm here. Yes, Anna, I'm here.
Actually, of all these people that you talked about,
Oh, Mane.
Mandela, you have actually seen.
Oh, Mane.
Maybe about, 50 feet away, but you actually got to see him. So you have missed the others, but Mandela, we were both very much blessed to be in his presence for a little while.
Yes,
And that
Ane.
was a great blessing.
Yes, yes, yes. But in the future, Ane, our children will be talking about Vijay Ishwaran. That I can promise you.
So here's the journey that we have begun today. It is a very important journey. We are at a very important time of our lives. The pandemic has basically shattered the world. It had basically broken down communication, broken down travel. It has shattered economies. But the one good thing out of this whole thing is that there will come a time to rebuild. There will come a time for us to renew, revive, and reborn, which is exactly what this vCon is about. Already, we are coming to terms with it. Already, we are recognizing that even this will be over. And the most important thing out of all this is for us to be prepared. We have to be prepared, we have to plan, we have to project. The world will be different after this. No question about it. They call it the new norm. At the various forums that I speak at the various places that I have been talking to and listening to, the one thing is clear, many changes have come to stay. Now, the only way we can actually grow at this time is to embrace these changes. You heard my brother Japa just now talk about storms. You heard my wife speak just now of our journey together. The one thing that you must pick up from all of this, if there is a valley, there has to be a mountain. If we are going to go through the downs, there has to be the ups. 100 years ago, there was a pandemic exactly like this. And 100 years before that, there was another one. They had different names, and the viruses were different, but essentially, for the last 500 years, almost regularly, a pandemic has come to shake up mankind. Now, the issue is, let's look at history. What happens the 10 years after the pandemic? When the pandemic hits, the world was never prepared, whenever that was. Be it in 1918 to 1920, where it was called the Spanish flu. And before that, in 1820, and then 1720, all the way back to 1520, when it was called the plague. Be it the cholera pandemic, the plague pandemic, or for that matter, the flu pandemic, each one of them took a heavy toll. But what was amazing is, as mankind comes out of this pandemic, we grew, and we grew at a phenomenal pace. Now, this is true even in the 1920s. The 1920s historically is referred to as the Roaring 20s. Roaring because the 20s were a time of liberation, tremendous growth, tremendous speed, and things would change forever. If you look at the world before 1920, it was a world driven by horses, primarily. If you look at pictures of New York or London or Paris or any metropolis across the world, the main streets were all horse carriages. It was primarily horse carriages, and it has been that way for literally 1,000 years before. Horses were the main form of transportation. The locomotive was there, true, but it was modern, new, and simply not yet tested. Just like the internet today, modern, new, but it is the pandemic that has brought it to the forefront. All of this virtual vCon, amazing as it may be, is only possible because the pandemic forced it upon us. Now, we need to embrace this change. Looking back at the 1920s, what happened in the 1920s? Within a short span of time, thousands of trades, thousands of jobs that relied on the horses and horse carriage business, horse transportation business, were all wiped out. Essentially, whether you were a horse trader, horse trainer, or whether you were making saddles, or you were making horseshoes, or carriages, or wheels for carriages, there were many, many jobs that were linked to horses, and there were many, many families that had generations working for the horse trade. But between 1920 to 1930, all of the major cities of the world grew to be motorized. You're taking a picture between 1910 and 1930, New York had changed from horse carriages all over the place with maybe one or two motor cars to motor cars everywhere and one or two horse carriages. The world had changed dramatically. This is the result of every pandemic that has come to mankind. Tremendous change. The Industrial Revolution is another example. So what can we expect historically that is going to happen to us? Simply this: there is going to be a new future. And the world of the internet, the virtual world that we are used to, the social media world, is going to be the world that we have to embrace, even insofar as networking is concerned. We have to embrace this change. We have to recognize the fact that this modality that you and I are talking through right now, one of the reasons why we are doing this from my home, I'm doing this from my home, basically, is to prove to you that you can do this from your home. There are only two kinds of people in this world. One, they have already joined us. That's you. Two, they are all waiting to join us. They are all waiting to join us. So, in the words of Patman just now, it seems the other networking companies using our videos, using our terms and our phrases and so on. Well, I'm saying to them, they're getting trained for eventually coming back to the motherland, which is us.
Yes, yes, Anna, yes.
Can we get some response for that, guys? Whoa! But networking is a unique thing. I mean, I chose to come into networking because it was the one thing that fulfilled my heart as well as my mind. My mind is intrigued with the possibility of networking. It's intrigued with the fact that the power of multiplication, the power of duplication is so immense, and the fact that it can actually transform the world. I remember sitting back in, the first few, classes that I had in economics, because that is my background. And I began to realize the profits that some of the multinationals were making. It doesn't matter what they were doing, whether it is Coca-Cola or whether they were making cars or whether they were, building airplanes. Any one of these manufacturing enterprises had a massive profit margin. Coca-Cola is a classic case in point. It may take and you have between 2 to 5 cents to create a can, and it will sell for $1 outside. Now, where does all that profit go to? Generally, huge chunk of it to distribution. So what we do that's different, you have heard all this before, I'm just repeating to make an impact. What we do is that is different is we take that and share it. That's what makes us powerful. And we are a challenge because the world that we will be stepping out into, unemployment is going to be the biggest malaise, disease. It is going to be the biggest problem in every nation. Even before the pandemic, unemployment was clearly a problem. Not every one of us had been able to deal with it. But after this, the unemployment pandemic is going to be serious. Now, we are the perfect answer. Employment did not exist for 500 years, 800 years, for thousands of years before the Industrial Revolution. It's only after that that a 9-to-5 job began. We basically represent a return to a different skill set, which is to be an entrepreneur, which is to stand on your own feet, which is to fire your bosses. Are you with me? Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? But there is a journey. There is a journey between joining this business and firing your boss. And that's a very interesting, a very important journey, but not an easy one. If you think you have come in here to make money fast, go home. Find something else different. You are already home. Find something else different to do. If it is about making money fast, this is not the place. Clearly, this is about making money. But this is about making men, making leaders, making others before we make money, as we make money. And that's the beauty of this profession. The only way that we can truly be successful if others become successful. And building others is the strength of this business. That's why we are all over the world. That's why we are 23 years old. And that's why we will keep on doing what we're doing. And I'm saying to you simply this: it's going to be hard. Datin had said this to you. My wife had said this to you. Chapa had said it to you. You have heard leaders. Nobody will tell you that this was easy. But finding something that is hard, nevertheless, but sure, is extremely rare. Everything is hard. Defeat is hard. Not doing this is harder. Not coming into this is much harder. Life is hard. The only thing that you can look for is, if it is hard, is it sure? Now, in that regard, that is in your hands. Simply, it is in your hands. If you put your hand out all the time asking somebody to give you an horoscope and read your path to future, you're simply wasting everybody's time. But if you close your hands and put it to work, your future is in your hands. It is possible for you to make every change in your life and take responsibility for it. Ultimately, it is possible for you to be successful. Not only is it possible, it's happening every day. But there are people giving up every day. They're not giving up on the business. They're giving up on themselves. They're giving up and giving in. Unfortunately, to their weaknesses. And that will stop them from anything that they aspire to do in their life. But if they stay the course, ultimately, this is the greatest business you can do. Simply the greatest business you can do. Your life is in your hands. Your life will remain in your hands. Now it's up to you whether you want to do something with it or not. Now, one of my favorite, I like to be basically sharing a little video with you because that's one way of transcending all these languages, is to send a video about something. And the one that I sometimes start with is where I say, people are awesome. Now, people are awesome because simple, ordinary people can do incredible things. I see simple, ordinary people do magical things simply by biting down on their teeth and doing it over again, over and over and over again. There is no shortcut. All of the things that you will see on this video is hard to do. Everything took time, took effort, and took practice, repeated practice. Not giving up is the only thing that brought them to the point they can do these crazy things. And none of these crazy things actually pays money. Still, you watch these boys and girls go out there and challenge some amazing things, and they perform it at the risk of their life, at the risk of injury. So the question I have to ask you when this video is over, if they can do that simply because it can be done, what is it that you cannot do? So let's take this moment and look at people who are awesome. Shall we do that?
Amazing video, Ane.
Some of you find this very entertaining. Unfortunately, every vCon I have the same problem. I am talking to only a handful of people. The great majority of you are going to, in essence, watch this, think it all very interesting, maybe even funny. You're here to watch, go back home and not change your lives. I have no idea why you would do that. Watching these people do this should wake a little corner of your mind up and say, if they can do that, what is it I cannot do? This challenge you have in front of you is something you must embrace, because practice leads to perfection. Practice every day opens a different door. If you keep practicing every day, you're a different person tomorrow. Just improving 1%, 1% a day will mean that you will improve 37 times. 37 times. If you improve 1% a day, you can improve 37 times when compounded into a month. That's awesome. Never mind, even in a year. You don't need to improve 37 times. If you improve a fraction of that, you are going to be a different person. My question to you is, why come here, sit down, watch this, and thinking you are being entertained? You are a spectator in your own life. You have the ability to take control of your life and change it. Or you can be a spectator until the time it is for you to leave. And don't for a moment imagine you have endless time. You do not. The one thing that all of us have in common, every single person who is listening right now, and me, and every single person, on this planet, there's one common link. We are all rushing to the cemetery. Some of us faster, some of us slower. That's the difference. The only thing that you have is between now and when you leave. Now, whether you make something of that or you just simply sit there and be a spectator throughout your life, that's up to you. See, you watch these kids just now. They were awesome. They were simply awesome. It takes my breath away every single time. Patman has seen this, 20 times, Patman.
Yes, Ane, 20 over times, and it's still the most exciting video.
So, despite me seeing it, and I see it very often, just to tell me that I need to live my life. You have one reality. You have either to choose to live your life or be lifeless. When you live your life less, then you become lifeless. You are alive, your body is alive, but essentially you are dead. You are moving from time to time. The worst thing you can say to your friends or anyone else is, last 5 years have gone just like that. Last 10 years have gone just like that. That's the worst thing you can say. That means you were standing still while the world is keeping on moving. You take any one of the cities that you're in right now. Take a picture 10 years ago and take a picture today. I guarantee you the skyline has changed. The buildings have changed. The technology has changed. 10 years ago, we couldn't have done this. 10 years ago, we couldn't have Zoom like this. The world was different 10 years ago. But when you say to your friends and to everyone else, oh, the last 10 years went like this, like this, like this, the only thing it means is you have not been living. You have been sitting there being a spectator. Is your life a television program? What are you doing? If you're not changing, you're dying. If you're not changing, you're dying. Did you hear me? Did you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? One of my most favorite slogans that I've said for the last 20 years to everyone who cares to listen. Change or die. You have to change. I am pleading towards you. Change or die. Because let me tell you, if you're not changing, you're dying. It's as simple as that. So can you live before you die? Can you actually start living before you die? Because it will come so fast. Just like you saying to your friends, the last 10 years have gone like this. Even your life will go like this. If you do not take control of it right now, if you do not change, you will have no life. You will just keep on doing what you have been doing for the last 10 years, for the last 20 years, and keep on complaining about it. Keep on talking to each other about it, finding ways to moan and groan and complain while life keeps on going. Yesterday, Japa and I talked about a slogan that we used. Basically, when people looked down upon us, when people were negative with us, this slogan simply comes from one of the most enchanting poems from Khayyam. It simply goes, when the dogs bark, the caravan moves on. In those days, it was a caravan. So when the caravan moves and there are always dogs barking, the caravan does not slow down. Today, it's cars. You're sitting in a car, the dog is barking, do you care? No. But here's the point. The problem is not just about people who are negative about us, but the problem is you are letting life slip through your fingers and you're ignoring it despite all of the noise and all of the sound and all of the changes that are happening. It's your choice to make, to take this life and make something of it or let it go. There's a great song that I like about change, and it's sung by an old lady. Now, what's amazing to me is that this lady can come in with so much energy and talk about change. Whenever I see it, I get totally stoked up. It keeps reminding me of the fact that if she can do that, so can you, so can I. I need to find things that stoke me up every single day. I need to find things that keep me on my toes every single day. What about you? Are you going to sit back and be a spectator of your life? Or are you going to change? Because change is the only way to live. Change is the only thing that will keep you alive. Change is the only thing that will allow you to breathe, to grow. So if there's one thing that happens out of this vCon, you have come all the way here, great majority of you are going to be entertained and go back, and that's fine. Because as I said just now, to Padman and to all of you, there's only people who are already with us and people waiting to become us. So you can choose to be one or the other. That choice is yours. But the day you start to change, everything changes. So to those of you where this vCon will reach out and touch your hearts. Yesterday when we were talking to the V partners, there was a group of them that talked about a session that I did in Bahrain. They woke up in Bahrain and changed their lives forever, and today they are V partners. Now I'm talking to you wherever you are across the world, and I'm saying to you the same thing that I would have said in Bahrain. Change or die. Let's listen to this lady sing that same message. Change or die.
सारा देश जाने हैं कि आज बदलाव जरूरी ही नहीं बल्कि निश्चित होवे। पर जैसो गांधी जी ने कहो है कि जो बदलाव आप देश में देखना चाहो वो खुद में भी होना जरूरी होवे। आज मैं वो सुर छेड़ू हूँ जो इससे पहले कभी ना छेड़ो और वो गाना गाऊं हूँ जो इससे पहले कभी ना गुनगुनायो।
Change is constant. Change is inevitable. Change is immeasurable. Change, be the change. Yeah. Change is the game. You need a new mind frame. Stop following the world and be the change. Drive the change. Write the change. Just block the change. Change, be the change. Change society, change your country, change her people, change, be the change. Change is the game, you need a new mind frame, stop following the world and be the change. Head the change, inspire change, invent the change, change, be the change. Give it to me, give it to me. Give it to me, give it to me. Change perspectives, change POVs, change leadership, change, be the change. Change is the game, you need a new mind frame, stop following the world and be the change. Fight for change, strive for change. Fight for change and strive for change. Join the change and be the change. Change, be the change. Be the change.
Be the change! 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 Hey Baba, be the change! Change! This is your life. Okay? And it is in your hands. How this life ends is in your hands. So live. Live. Please live. As Padman has said and Japa has said, I'm not here talking to you about plans or products. I'm not here talking to you about the company. I'm talking to you about the fact that you have an opportunity today to change your lives. And that success is in your hands. The next 10 years is when we will be reaching new peaks. But the next 10 months is when you can change your direction. In the next 10 months, we are going to have a wave across the planet. And you should be part of that wave. If you sit back and listen, there will be always somebody who says you cannot do it. Always somebody who says you cannot do it. That is always going to be there. And it doesn't matter, how bad it is. The fact is, what they say about you it talks about them. It defines them. What they say about you, when they say you cannot do it, it defines them. How you react to that defines you. So you can choose how you react. In everything that you do in life, there is always going to be challenges. There is always going to be a harder road to take. Everything that you do in life. But if it is hard to do, it's probably worthwhile. The only thing you have to conquer on your road to success here is yourself. Listening to others will be the last thing. And ultimately, there's only one thing that you have to learn to do. And that is simply to get up again. We will talk about this as we go along. But getting up again is a very powerful mantra. Will we get defeated? Absolutely. Will we hit failure? Absolutely. Will we fall down? Absolutely. Will we get rejected? Absolutely. There will always be all of these things going on. But the only choice you can is to stay down or get up. And because I was born in the year of the rat, this particular animation about rats and a rat trap is something that I truly love. It's my favorite. I think Batman likes it as well.
My favorite, and I love it.
When we are down, and we have gone through downs many, many times, Batman.
Yes, sir.
But this shows exactly the spirit that you need to have. When we get knocked down, when we slip and fall, when we fall into a rat trap, we can turn that into something different altogether. And I love it because this energy is so different. It's like when you watch it, for those who have never watched it, because the great majority of you are still new, I'm told. So we have never seen this. The first time I watched it, it just simply grabbed me. And I love this because it depicts the energy of how we convert defeat into victory. How we convert loss or failure into success. And that conversion of energy is what we are all about. Nothing should get you down. Nothing should get you down. Are you with me? 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 It does feel like vcon, doesn't it, Padman?
Yes, and they're going crazy all over the world.
It does, it does, it does. So let's talk about this. Let's watch this together. One of my favorite videos. And then we will probably get into some question and answers afterwards. So let's do this, the rat trap.
Unbelievable, Anna. Unbelievable.
Awesome. So this is our secret handshake, okay? So if you see another networker on the street somewhere, you see, and you don't want anyone else to recognize that the two of you belong to the same family. So how do you greet each other? We go like this. This is basically how we say, hi, let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting. Let's get up again. Are you with me? So, the other thing that we need to talk about, even when it comes to getting up again, this is a business you cannot do alone. This is a business that we do together. This is a business that is only possible when we basically stand shoulder to shoulder. The beauty of this business is simply that when someone falls, there's someone else to pick you up. And that we carry each other. We pull and push each other. In such every level of success you have ever had in your life, someone else has always been there by your side, be it your parents, your family, your friends, your teachers. Any level of success we have achieved is never done alone. That's the one common thread that all of us share. And the greatest lessons come from our own families. Parents who have worked very hard for us. Someone who has sacrificed for us. Someone who has helped push us through to where we are sitting today. We are grateful to someone else. So from that lesson, we can learn so much Simply put, our family now is the whole world. We have no differences between us. There is no class, no color, no country, no culture, not even gender or language. Nothing should separate us. We belong to the family of man. It would be ridiculous if you only allowed a certain type of person to join under you. It does not make sense. You would welcome everybody from the family of man. Hence, we are all one. And the greatest strength can come from the weakest person. And vice versa. We never know who we need help from. And within each and every one of us, there is a unique and individual gift. This is a special gift that you have been born with from the time you came into this world till you are here. Now, many of you have not really unwrapped this gift, because this gift takes a lot of effort to unwrap. And in this process of finding yourself, you learn to unwrap this gift, and out of this gift will grow a new person, a new you. To become a leader is something that each and every one of you have to do. It's very silly for you to sit down and say, I cannot be a leader. Because even within the context of your own family, you have to lead. Your family members look up to you. And the day you get married and have children, you're a leader again. So at some juncture, all of us lead. At some level, all of us are leaders. Now the question is, can I be a greater leader? Can I have a bigger family? Can I build my family and lead them? And what's the gift of leadership? The gift of leadership is ultimately, you don't stand in front of them and pull them. They carry you on your shoulders. If I stand here today, it is because of thousands of my family. And it is on their shoulders that we are growing. So ultimately, you think you are leading, but ultimately they are the ones. They are carrying you. That's the beauty of leadership. And it starts with you caring. It starts with you simply being the leader that your parents were to you. The magic of being, of the best leadership comes from learning from your parents. I've never seen more powerful leaders than mothers. Mothers are unique unto themselves. And this is not something that we see only in human beings. Even in the animal kingdom, mothers are amazing. What they will do to teach, what they will do to care, what they will do to inculcate certain habits is amazing. It is mothers who teach us to survive. It is mothers who teach us to thrive. And again, now there's another video that I'd like to share with you. And this one has some amazing music in the background. And those of you who can appreciate the language will understand the meaning of this video even more. But even if you don't, the video speaks for itself. A mother duck and her little chicks in their journey of life. So precious, so amazing. If anyone wants to understand what is networking, what do I have to do? I get this question asked a lot. Everyone says, how do I become a better leader? How do I take care of my people? How do I lead them? How do I guide them? How do I inspire them? Sometimes you just have to watch nature. Nature is the most perfect teacher. From nature itself, we learn the beauty of His hand in all things. For it is His hand that has led to nature being the greatest mother of all. So let's watch this another video. Again, Padman likes this one also.
Yes, and I love it. And they're going to love it, and the song is beautiful.
So here we go. The mother duck. Consider myself patient. It's not like I'm, sitting there waiting. I'm always moving. So that's a little take on the issue of patience for each and every one of you. It's not that you're required to be patient. Mothers are patient. The amazing patience of mothers is, it is deep and it is long and continuous. But mothers are patient. But if you ask them, why are you so patient? I don't think they would see it that way. They just see it as being natural. See that duck just now? The mother duck was waiting. She knew eventually that everyone would catch it. So, well, Padman, shall we get into some questions for a bit?
Oh, Mane, I have David and Sati here. David will be asking you the first question that we have gathered from the audience around the world.
Namaste, Dato Shri. This question
Namaste, David Kiran.
This question is from Morocco and
Casablanca.
Yeah, actually, I don't know the name of the city he didn't mention.
Okay, right.
After all these days, we are so happy and motivated. How can we share this feeling with the other downlines who didn't come to the vCon and to the prospects also?
How do you share the feeling?
Yes,
well,
Dr. Shri.
It's a very interesting question. But I think you don't need to say anything to share it. Right now, in today's world, everything is on social media. And all of this is out there on Instagram and all of is it not out there, Padman?
Yes, and every day full on social media.
So your work has become that much easier. You just have to show them what, the energy levels, the passion, the love, the fact that we are not all in one stadium, in one place, in one corner of the world, but we are everywhere. And yet, it feels like we are all in one place at one time. It feels like we're all together. It feels like we are one. That energy, you cannot explain, you can only show. So, do you need to explain it to them? No. You need to show them. You need to basically tell them, join the family. And I think the greatest passion shines from your eyes. When someone is in love, David Kiran. David Kiran?
Yes, Dr. Shri.
You remember being in love? It wasn't too long ago.
Yes, Dr. Shri.
Do you think that your friends and family noticed that you were different?
Yes, they did.
And you have known others to be in love. Let's not talk about Chief after all.
Yes, I lost my voice suddenly. And
Would you say there was a difference, David Kiran? In Chief, was there a difference in Chief? Did he have to come and explain to you that he was in love, or did you feel it by looking at him?
No, of course not, Dr. Shri. I could see it in his eyes.
So please explain to Morocco, to Casablanca, that when you are in love, you are in love. You don't need to explain why you're in love. You just walk it.
Thank you, Dr. Shri. Thank you.
I always remembered you told me that the greatest promotion of vCon is not what you say, but who you become after vCon. That was a very profound statement. He said, Patman, after this vCon, there'll be 500,000 people as the products of vCon that will speak louder than any promotional material. And you're so right, Ane. You're so right. It's not what you say, it's who you become after vCon, the decisions we make after these 3 days.
The beauty of vCon is not about getting there or participating, but the beauty of vCon is about who you become afterwards. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen instantly. Sometimes it takes a few, but it always happens. If you take a look at the leaders today who are in front of you, if you take a look at the leaders who brought you to where you are right now, every one of them at some point or another changed in vCon, were reborn in vCon, were renewed in vCon, were revived in vCon. So vCon is where you come alive, which is why I call it my staying alive. It's my staying alive song for vCon. Did we put it up yesterday, Staying Alive?
Yeah, yes, Ane, we closed with that song. The only thing we were missing were you dancing to the song. So tonight, Ane, we'll close with the song, but we want to see some moves.
No, you'll have to. I was dancing to the other songs just now, but then no one was picking it up, I think.
No,
right?
they can't see it because they're seeing the video.
Right.
So every time you play a video, they see the full screen video. Ane.
But the one that you played yesterday, was it from the Bee Gees or was it with the John Travolta walk?
Staying Alive, Bee Gees, I think.
Yeah, so you need to play the one with the walk from the movie, the clip from the movie.
Okay, we'll find it. Ane.
Yeah, that's the walk. You see that fella's style, the jaunt, I mean, everything. It just explains so much.
Yes, Ane. We'll find that video and play it at the end next to your video. Ane.
Totally. So, next question.
Sati?
Dr. Shri, this is from Amol Mahalpuri from India.
Yes, Amol.
This business is being said all about change in mindset, but how do I experience the transformation?
Change the mindset. How do I experience it? Well, you remember what Guna talked yesterday when he asked me, basically, should I give up my job? It's the same kind of question. See, transformation is something you feel. So in order to feel it, you have to give up one side of the swimming pool and start swimming to the other side. You have to basically become that change. You have to become that transformation. And you don't feel it. You start to live it. Transformation becomes you. So how will you know you're transforming? Everyone will tell you. So in essence, let go of the side that you are on. Let go, trust. Trust in the Lord. Trust in yourself and swim to the other side. Does that make sense, Amol? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shri.
Next.
David?
Yeah, I can see Amol.
Dr. Shri, what mindset that I should have to have a good result on a consistent basis? This is for Michael, Indonesia. I understand this is a must to achieve success, but in the field, the result is not as good as I want.
What mindset?
Yes.
The mindset is Indonesia. Never give in to your weaknesses. Never give up trying. So what mindset? mindset is just to get up again all the time. Get up again, get up again. Can we do a video right now?
Yes, and we can. We can.
Okay, so I'd like to show you about this Olympian, Ruth Belisha. Okay, you asked about the mindset, Indonesia. Let me show you the mindset. This is a lady who tried and tried and tried. Are you with me? And she tried until she got there. So I think it says a lot more about mindset than me speaking 1,000 words. So can we set up Ruth Belisha?
Ready, and we'll play it now.
All right. Here's for you, Indonesia. Can they hear me now?
They can hear you, and
Okay, so pay attention. She finished 16th place. Then move on now to 4th place finish. 2008, now 2012. Then again, 2016. Indonesia. You asked about mindset. Okay, I'm glad you got the answer. So look at her, that is the mindset. What is the mindset? 2004, her first Olympics, 16th place finish. 2008, all right? And then 2012, and then 2016, to where she won the gold medal. All right? So the mindset is simply not giving up. Just to get up again, get up again, get up again. Are you with me? Get up again. That is the mindset. Are we clear? Okay.
Sati.
Sir, this is from Marcelinus from Indonesia. He said, my team is mostly from rural areas and also from low level of education. How can I build a big business with them?
That's an interesting question. Let me tell you, I shared the exact same situation. When I started with exactly the same problems, the same challenges. But I found it to be an advantage, not a disadvantage. Education sometimes is a big, filter in the brain. So when I went out to talk to the people who are a little bit rural, it doesn't mean in any way they're less intelligent. In fact, they're more common sense. And common sense is the single most powerful thing in our business. So when I talk to the rural people, when I talk to the farmers, when I talk to the people who are really wanting to work hard and change, the problem with the city people is they are looking for shortcuts. They're easier and faster, they want to know. But when I go to the rural people, they just want to find a proper road to success. And they are more sincere. So if you are able to work from your heart, you are already with the right people. You don't have to change. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, Dr. Shri, thank you.
Dr. Shri, this question is from Germany, Ilfan Fadrani. If to succeed, I'm to get out of the comfort zone and embrace as many failures as needed, could it be possible that embracing failures becomes a comfort zone by itself and holds me back for my journey to succeed?
Maybe you should watch that Ruth Berisha video again. The thing to remember is embracing failures does not mean that you learn to like it. I never said anything about liking it. Embracing failures is to recognize it. But if you are repeating the same mistake over and over and over again, you're not embracing the failure. You have learned nothing from it. You are repeating the same mistake all over again, which simply means that you are not coming into this, with the proper mindset. Failure is a master teacher. Failure is how you learn, but you need to have new failures. Having the same old failure over and over again simply means you're being lazy. You're simply allowing yourself to repeat your own mistakes and staying within the comfort zone. But if you are challenging yourself, then it's a new mistake every single time. And new mistakes, new failures will keep leading you to success. It's as simple as that. Are you with me?
Yes, Dr. Shri, thank you.
Dr. Shri, a question. Dr. Shri, a question from Morocco. In the beginning, how did you balance between your personal and professional life without getting a hard time from your family members?
Morocco. The point is that I never differentiated my personal and professional lives in that fashion. When we did the business, and the key word is we, it wasn't just me alone. I did it together with my family. They were part of my professional life. They were, as you can see today, you just heard my wife come up and speak to you. It's not as if I kept her away from the business. She was, very much central to me doing this business. So the first thing you have to do is you have to win your family members over. So whether it is your wife or husband, whether it is your children, you make them all part of the We family. It becomes one common journey for all of you. So your successes and your failures become common to the whole family. And the whole family is there to participate, to carry you. They're part and parcel of the journey. So when we have vCon, we also have vKids. So even when, we come to vCon, we have always encouraged for the family to be there with you, husband and wife to be there together. Is that not right, Padman?
Yes, and the vKids has been growing over the years, and the last day they do an unbelievable performance for you, Ane.
And the vKids of yesterday are the We partners of today. That's the evolution. So there's never been a separation. The family has done this together. And if I'm successful, it's because the family stands with me. Are you with me? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Dr. Shri, What is the main
Yes.
reason behind choosing direct selling or network marketing as the method in touching billions of hearts? Why did you not choose any other business?
Do you know any other business that requires the multitude of people that we have today? The reason that we are in this business is because it's the only one where we can actually effectively touch a billion hearts. And if you take a look at the crowds today, I mean, if you take a look at this, I mean, it's amazing. Can they all see this, Adnan? Can they see each other?
The audience.
Yes,
Sorry?
Ane, they can see each other.
So they can see the various crowds, right? They can
Yes,
see
yes,
the same
yes. They are
screen.
on one Zoom account. They can see each other.
Wonderful. I mean, take a look at this. This is our family, the We family. This is the most powerful business in the world. It's the only one. It's the only one that can do this. Look at my family. Look at the family. Ahmedabad. Can you hear me, Ahmedabad? Ghana. Can you hear me, Ghana? Khartoum. Russia. Chennai. Pakistan. Tanzania. Bengaluru. Bangalore. Hyderabad. Gujarat, Kincho. I love you too, Khartoum. I love you too. Thank you. I think it speaks for itself, Padman. I think it speaks for itself, Padman. I think it speaks for itself.
Yes, yes, Ane.
And, it's amazing. But it's so powerful to see this. It is. It makes it all so worthwhile.
Can you imagine?
Amazing.
Can you imagine, Ane? There are thousands of locations around the world. Thousands, Ane. You've been receiving the photos and the videos, and it's all over the world. It's going
Yes,
crazy.
yes. That is truly amazing. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I still remember from the last VCC, someone put a television up into the tree,
Yes.
and these people were watching it from the bottom.
Yes, Ane. Finally, Ane, we can take your voice, your message, your heart to every corner of the world, Ane. To the smallest villages, to the biggest cities. They are all watching you live right now. Simply unbelievable, Ane.
Amazing. So that's your answer for you, David Kiran.
Thank you, Dr. Shri.
Dr. Shri, this
And
is... Sorry.
yes, Sati.
Prabhu from India wants to know.
Yes.
Mr. Japadas has mentioned that you were there to help him and teach him as an upline. Then who was there to help you and teach you as your upline?
I learn from all of my downlines as much as they learn from me. Mr. Japa was very much my teacher in many respects. If you're willing to learn, you can learn from anyone. The issue of learning from downlines, or learning from uplines doesn't arise. You learn from anyone. There are many things downlines can teach you, and there are many things your downlines are better at than you are. And you should welcome that. Make you stronger by all means. When all our skill sets come together, we multiply who we are. So I learned just as much from Japa as he did from me. I learned from all of the V partners, and I continue to learn even till today. But over and above of which, something that I've said, from the very, very start of this company, from 1998, to tell all networkers, it's basically 3 rules. And these 3 rules are the secret to you having the best uplines in the world. Would you like to know the 3 rules?
Yes,
Sati? Yeah. You know what the 3 rules are? I've said this to you many, many times, Sati. The 3 rules are very simple. Number 1, read. Number 2, read. Number 3, read. If you learn the art of reading, then you will walk into the minds of thousands of uplines. Many of them would be 100, 200 years dead. And still you can walk into the minds of these people who are long gone and keep on learning. So reading, if you look behind me, you see my uplines. You want to see my uplines? You will see them on my left and on my right. Uplines. On every shelf, you see uplines. Can you see my uplines? Patman?
Yes, Ane, we see your uplines.
So these are my uplines. Both right and left. And these are my uplines till today. So my uplines continue every day. And they continue even now. And I can learn just as much from them as I can learn from you. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yes, Dato Sri, thank you so much.
Dato Sri, there are a few questions. They're all relating to trainings. How can I get my people to attend trainings? They've been there for a couple of years, and they think they know everything, and yet it's so difficult to get them to attend trainings, to attend systems. What's your advice?
Well, right now, for instance, we are doing this, right? I mean, we are getting into everyone's home and being able to train them while they're at home. They have no excuse not to come. They are sitting at home. Now, I think technology has brought us even closer together. That's number 1. Number 2, people cannot come for something they do not see the benefit in. So your problem is in recognizing or actually getting them to recognize why they need to train. If they don't see the need to train, they're never going to come. So part and parcel of this process is to basically go out to them and say, Baba, just as much, you see this video of Ruth Belisha, David Sharma? David?
Dato Sri?
The lady who won the gold medal just now.
Yes, Dato Sri.
Right. What do you think she was doing from 2004 to 2016 when she won the gold medal?
Training on a persistent basis.
Training. Now, the thing about training is you don't see the immediate results of training. I get that. And a lot of times, that's the main challenge behind why people don't come for training. Sadly, they don't realize how powerful training is. Anything that you do every day, you become a master of. But first, you have to do it every day. And I mean every day. Just like eating, you're all masters of eating. You're masters of sleeping. You're masters of shaving or taking a shower. Anything that you do every day, you become a master of. Why not choose to do something that will change your life? Training changes your life. Can I tell you a little story? Is it Sati? Who asked me the question just now?
David.
Yes, Dr. Shri, please.
A little story, David Kiran,
Yes, please.
that
Dr.
you can share with these people who are asking about training. This story is about something called the Chinese bamboo tree. All right? The Chinese bamboo tree, when you plant the seeds in your garden, actually throw a few seeds in your garden and basically forget it. As long as it gets enough water and sunlight and occasional fertilizer, the Chinese bamboo seeds will remain in the ground. But they remain in the ground for 2 years, you cannot see anything. So you'd imagine that you have already given up. This is really true of the Chinese bamboo. So for 2 years, the seeds remain in the ground, embedded in the soil. But after 2 years, a little shoot comes out. And that it remains like that as a little shoot for virtually another 3 years. But you have to keep on watering, you have to keep on giving it enough sunlight and giving it fertilizer. But in 5 years of doing that, nothing happens. Just about when you're ready to give up in the 5th year, within a span of 90 days, within the span of 3 months, it can shoot up 80 feet.
Wow.
The bamboo plant will just shoot through the ground up 80 feet. And we are all bamboo plants. So if you don't train Baba for the next 5 years, then what good are you? If you're going to be a doctor, how many years does that take? David Kiran.
6 to 7 years, Dr. Shri.
And somebody is asking about coming for training right now. Now, being a networker is not a simple feat. You don't just wake up and you're not born networkers. Nobody is born networker. You are made into one. And the way you are made into one is to train and train and train. It's as simple as that. All right? Train, train, and train.
Yes,
if it takes a 3-year degree for someone to graduate from university, 5-year degree to become a doctor, and a 5-year degree to become a PhD, no, what the heck? You think networking is any different? If you actually luck out before 5 years in networking, it simply means you lucked out, and that's not necessarily a good thing because you don't know how you got there. But if you've done it for 5 years, and you have all of your rejections and defeats and failures under your belt, then there's a chance that you will eventually become a networker. And that is what training is all about. So we are all Chinese bamboo trees. Yeah, Paman, you've heard this before.
Yes, Ane. And you explained to me how long a foundation of a building is built. You don't see anything for months or years. And then suddenly you see the Burj Khalifa rise up to, 100 over stories in 1 year. Ne?
Exactly. It's the same. The bamboo shoots up 80 feet because its roots have been growing for 5 years.
Yes, Ane.
All right. It keeps growing and growing and growing deeper. And that's the reason it can shoot up 80 feet.
I think the challenge all the networkers face, they don't understand delayed gratification. Ane. Everyone today wants instant gratification. They think there is no need to pay a price and make a sacrifice because you always told me you're asking for financial freedom. You're not asking for a bicycle. It's not going to fall on your lap. You have to pay the price. You're building a legacy. I always remember that message.
So the thing is, you know what's the difference between instant gratification and delayed gratification, Padman?
No, tell me.
Instant gratification is when you go to Paris and go down to the Louvre museum and take a photograph of the Mona Lisa. Take the photograph home and hang it on your wall. That's instant, right?
Oh, man.
But the Mona Lisa itself is worth $100 million.
Yes.
To paint the Mona Lisa, was a work of art that Da Vinci's, has carried for this century. That is delayed gratification.
Yes, Ane.
So if you are creating a work of art, it's going to take a piece of your life. It will take a piece of you. It will take time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. But you want instant gratification? Take a photograph.
Yes, Ane.
All right? Are you with me, guys?
Ane, I have a question which a lot of people ask. I think you answered it at Zone or Lion's Den. The question of rejection. And you spoke about SW, but you added something new, Ane. You remember?
For SW?
You started with SW, and then somebody says, so you basically decide to give up on somebody. And you said, no, you never walk away from anyone. If they walk away, they are so foolish. You started by SW and SF, when I remember.
Yes.
And people mistake SW as walking away from people. And you said you never walk away. If they walk away, they are foolish. If you walk away from your people, then you are foolish. And I just wanted you to expound on that, because this applies to everyone today around the world.
You never give up on anyone, basically because you are not giving. It has never been between you and them. It has always be you and him, because it is his hand that has brought this person in front of you. There is a purpose in this. There are no flaws in the master plan. By being able to conquer this person, by being able to turn this person around, by being able to raise this person and make him or her successful, you are the end result. You get better. So you never give up. So there's no SW when it comes to the fact that, you walking away. No. The SW is when they choose to walk away, there is a SW. It is simply so walk lah.
Yes,
you have to so walk. But you don't walk. You stay the ground. Because this is always between you and him. You and yourself. It's your victory. Hence, it's your defeat when you walk away. So that's in a nutshell.
Yes, Ane. And the final question, which I think will tie in with your closing message, is that regardless of which country they are building, regardless of who they are, I feel people face challenges every day. They get knocked down. Some people get their checks to 5,000, something happens, it comes to 0. Some of them are struggling right now to even hit their first check. Some people build strong organizations and there's disloyalty and they jump ship. And every day people get knocked down. And I think it's happening to everyone around the world, with no exception, even me. What's your message to us? What do you do? How do you handle these challenges and getting knocked down? You build it, collapse, you build again. You start a country and just when you think you're going to fly high, something happens.
The thing that you have to remember, first of all, is that you have to love what you do. So much so that you would not want to do anything else anyway. All right? I have seen, people who have repeatedly gone back to play football, to box. We saw Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, he just never gives up. Now, in a nutshell, I've seen people go sailing, capsize, come back again, go sailing one more time. Each time, sometimes they end up, in hospital with a broken leg and broken splinters and this, that, and the other, and crutches. And still they're sailing, still they're skiing, still they go back to do what they do. Why is it that we of all people don't understand that? This lady took from 2004 to 2016 to get a gold medal. Is there anything else she would rather do? No. So the question here is, will you go through ups and downs? Will you be defeated? Many, many times. Absolutely. But the gift that we have is that we are alive and we are breathing. And that is the main thing. So to answer this, very clearly I have to say this to you. We have been doing this for 23 years. And in 23 years, we have been through many ups and downs. And we keep on doing what we're doing every single day because we love doing it. And when you love doing it, you never give up. You never give in. When we saw that Mama Duck just now, she just stood there and she persisted. And she kept on persisting. If it's not for your mothers, if your mothers and fathers had given up on you, you wouldn't be here today. And you all know that to be truly successful in life, there's only one real mantra, one real secret to success. Every time you fall, there's only one thing you can know. Get up again. Every time you fall, get up again. Every time you fall, get up again. Every time you fall, get up again. Sri Lanka, get up again. Pune, get up again. Pakistan, get up again. Sudan, get up again. Kolkata, get up again. Delhi, get up again. Qatar, Doha, get up again. Gujarat, get up again. Mumbai, get up again. Bangalore, get up. Kerala, get up again. Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, get up again. Indonesia, get up again. Kochi, get up again. Mysore, get up again. Casablanca, get up again. UAE, get up again. Nepal, Kathmandu, get up again. Cote d'Ivoire, Abidjan, get up again. Jordan, get up again. Kenya, get up again. Uganda, get up again. Russia, get up again. Delhi, get up again. Khartoum, get up again. Ghana, get up again. Get up again. Every time you call, get up again. Do you hear me? Get up again. Simply get up again.
Unbelievable! Get up again! Everybody around the world, get up again! vCon 2021. Get up again. vCon 2021, our upline, our warrior, the one and only Datto Shri Vijay Ishwaran. Africa, get up again. Kazakhstan, get up again. Russia, get up again for Datto Shri Vijay Ishwaran. India, get up again. Cote d'Ivoire, get up again. Ghana, get up again. Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, get up again. UAE, Saudi, Qatar, Kuwait, Oman, get up again. Indonesia, get up again. Vietnam, get up again. Tanzania, get up again. Turkey, get up again. Europe, get up again. vCon 2021, our grand upline, our warrior, the one and only Datto Shri Vijay Ishwaran. Malaysia, get up again. Sri Lanka, get up again. Nepal, get up again. Mali, get up again. Nigeria, get up again. Senegal, get up again. Kurdistan, get up again. Azerbaijan, get up again. Uganda, get up again. Kenya, get up again. Togo, get up again.
Qatar! Doha, Qatar! Get up again! Gujarat! Gujarat, get up!
Just play the song. Datto Shri Vijay Ishwaran.